We'll start with Judge Lillian Singh. Thank you. Okay.
Good morning. I'm very delighted to be here. I just want to thank you all for going through this very important proceeding, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judge Singh. Good to see you. I'm going to call up a series of names. Please line up, and you will have an opportunity to speak in 2-minute intervals. Judith Merkinson. Okay. I have a whole bunch of cards, but with no names on them. That's weird. Who did that? Who tried to stack the deck anonymously? If you'd like to come up, please just speak. Any microphone will work. Michael Wong as well. I see your name in here. That's fine. Either microphone works.
Okay. I'm so short. Good morning. I'm here speaking against accepting Comfort Woman artwork. I am very angry because you are all labeling my father as a rapist. My father went to the war to fight for his country. How do you feel if your father, who fought for America, later called rapist? Judge Lillian Singh said, Japan has not apologized. That is a lie. In 1993, both Prime Minister Miyazaki and Chief Secretary Kono apologized. In 1994, Prime Minister Murayama apologized. Then he even provided a signed apology to each survivor. In 2015, Prime Minister Abe again apologized. How much money was given to the Comfort Woman? In 1965, Japan paid $800 million to South Korea. In those days, many Japanese families themselves were so poor. Just to buy milk and eggs, my mother went to work. When I was only 6, coming home from school, I found myself alone. I cried. Yet Japanese government gave the money to South Korea by collecting the tax even from the poorest of the poor in Japan. In 1994, again, Japan paid $10 million to support all ex-Comfort women. In 2016, again, Japan paid another $8 million to South Korea. This was supposed to be a final irreversible agreement between Japan and...
Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Cut your mic off. Excuse me, your time is up, ma'am. Thank you. Yes. That's okay. For the other members of the public that are here for the first time, you'll hear a soft chime indicating that you have 30 seconds remaining, and you'll have 2 minutes to speak. And also as a reminder, this is an item that's agendized to either accept and expend a gift in the amount of $393,000. So we are not taking public comment on whether Japan apologized or not. We've already taken comment on that. We are here to talk about a gift amount. And your time is up. Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. I strongly protest against the resolution number 171070 to accept the gift. The inscription of the memorial has many errors. The city of San Francisco must not make a historical judgment without verification. The city should spend money for the current sex trafficking victim, but not for the controversial monument. I don't believe this comfort woman statue is a piece of art. I don't believe so, but merely a form of propaganda advocated by China and North Korea. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. I strongly oppose Resolution 171070 to accept the gift. There are many factual errors in the inscription on the memorial. The comfort woman is not simply a woman's issue. This issue that the comfort woman is being used as a geopolitical tool of human rights by China and Korea. Many facts have been distorted and exaggerated. Some comfort women were volunteered due to extreme poverty. Some were sold by their family for the same reason. They were paid. Some women purchased a house after they returned home. If anybody doubts this, read the book, Comfort Woman. It's in the public library, Chinatown branch. The issue is political, socially sensitive, and a controversial subject. It is unnecessary to introduce an icon of foreign political dispute into our city. This monument is not artwork. Instead, it is used as a geopolitical tool to switch as a human rights issue, to fracture the US-Japan alliance, and to vilify Japan with its Asian neighbors for their own geopolitical gain. I urge you that you will not accept the gift. Thank you.
Thank you for your public comment. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. I strongly against the proposal. We've been explained that what is comfort women in World War II and present the proven facts, which comfort women were not sexually enslaved by the Japanese military. There was no such thing as that these women died during their wartime captivity. UNESCO announced 3 days ago, comfort women issue needs to be discussed among parties which submitted different opinions. They stop taking one-sided opinion automatically, like San Francisco. Supervisors, are you fine that San Francisco become unfair city? Are you going to allow North Korea and China's maneuver in the city of San Francisco? San Francisco should spend time and money to eradicating current sexual violence and sex trafficking, and help for those women who are suffering right now, right here in San Francisco. I have the last and most important question. Supervisors, do you want San Francisco to be a real freedom city or the city controlled by the Chinese government? Please let me believe supervisors in this room have courage for justice. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. I strongly protest against this resolution. This comfort woman issue is well-funded, well-orchestrated fabrication being used by Chinese propagandists backed by their communist government in China and also North Korea. City Council of San Francisco has been deceived by these Chinese propagandists and about to allow political maneuvering of totalitarian countries into this beautiful city of freedom and democracy. This action is absolutely wrong. It will create racial conflict among Asian countries and definitely weaken a tie between Japan and the United Alliance, which is promoting peace, freedom, and democracy for the world. There are many factual errors on this inscription of the memorial. There was not any sexual slaves existed who was forced and got killed. The bare fact is that comfort women were prostitutes who were recruited mostly by Korean brokers. There was no enforcement, and they got paid extremely well. Did you know that city of mayor City Mayor of Osaka, Mr. Yoshimura, clearly stated that he will stop being San Francisco's sister city since 1957 if the city will not correct this terrible mistake regarding Comfort Woman statue. San Francisco and Osaka have been sister city for 60 years. I live in San Francisco now, but I'm originally from Osaka area. We are asking you seriously to stop this nonsense as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
I thank you very much for this opportunity to speak, and I'm against this resolution or this agenda 171070 regarding the Comfort Women statue, and this Comfort Woman issue is highly disputed topic between Japan and South Korea. And the main issue of this Comfort Woman is that whether it was forced by the Imperial Japanese Army or not. And historians deny this Comfort Women issued. For example, the South Korean-born professor Yuha Park and C. Sarah Sol of San Francisco University concluded that they were comfort women. These comfort women were well paid. This means that they're not sex slaves. Also, in the Vietnam War, there were thousands of Vietnamese women raped by South Korean army, and these children of the raped Vietnamese and South Korean soldiers are called or known as Lai Tai Hans, and they made press conference in Washington in 2015. But there's nothing like this for regarding South Korea and Japan. So what I would like you to know that please don't listen to just one side of the history. And I think it's not so wise for San Francisco to spend on this statue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good morning, dear supervisors. As a history and social studies student, I too will here express my opposition regarding the Comfort Women statue. I come with 4 points to be reflected. Number 1, if the case is to honor or bear in our memories a specific group, then the Black people, women, and Native American, they should have their statues built as well. Number 2, we cannot build the future focusing on the past. At any sort of human relation, we cannot keep pointing on what happened in the past, whether we aim for a bright and better future. Number 3, what will this monument bring other than disharmony and hatred? And finally, number 4, we've got such a huge amount of homeless on the streets of San Francisco and a great amount of cars' windows that are being broken, and it shows that our citizens, they need and look for other priorities other than that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
My name is Michael Wong. I'm from Veterans for Peace. I just want to say the inscription was vetted by multiple hearings in the Arts Commission and in the Visual Arts Committee of the Arts Commission. And every word was examined very closely and was found to be accurate and was voted on multiple times. So the inscription is very accurate. All of this has been documented by multiple sources, including not only survivors, witnesses, but foreign observers, captured documents from the Japanese Army, and independent observations made by other non-involved parties. So I urge you to go ahead and approve this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hi, my name is Judith Merkinson. I'm from the Comfort Women Justice Coalition. We weren't going to speak, but we feel like we have to set the record straight, actually. First of all, what is this statue? It's a beautiful statue of 3 young women, Chinese, Korean, and Filipina. They stand together. And looking up at them is a statue of Haksun Kim, who was the first Korean to speak out in 1991. And when she gazes up at them, she sees her past, her present, and her future. And this is a statue that is for all women to say that there should be no sexual violence. When people deny history, they're not just denying facts, they're deniers of women's experience. And when we see what's going on in the world today with Harvey Weinstein and everyone else, and that's what's happened, is that women's experience has been denied. This statue, to Asian women from more than 13 countries, does the exact opposite. And everyone who goes there loves it and starts crying because their experience is mirrored in the eyes of these young women. Also, I just want to say to the people who would deny this history and who say, well, we should spend the money on something else, this is all private money. This is all done. The statue is there, and San Francisco is so proud to be the recipient of a statue of this kind.
All right, thank you. Are there any other members of the public that'd like to speak? All right, public comment is closed on this item. Thank you. Supervisor Ronan?
Yes, I just wanted to say that I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor to this item, and that especially at this time in our history where women are finally finding a voice and a platform to stand up and speak out against sexual violence, which permeates every country in the world and has throughout history, that I'm so proud that San Francisco has brought this beautiful, powerful piece of art to our city, and to have women of color, survivors of sexual violence, stand up in such a powerful, fierce way is a point of pride for me personally. And I just wanted to thank Judge Singh and all of the advocates who made this possible.
All right, thank you, Supervisor Ronan. Supervisor Tang? Nope, okay, thank you. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to send this to the full board with a positive recommendation.
So moved.
Thank you, we'll take that without objection.